Everybody, it's Carol. Nice to see you. Let's see, Mary, Emily, and Whitney. I haven't met you yet, so I am a real person. Oh my gosh, I'm really here. And I am everybody. This is for everybody. I'm so excited about this product, which sounds a little cheesy, but I have spent the last 24 hours like fully into it, and I love the way it's packaged. I love everything is in there, and I'm going to be able to teach you far more, a lot faster. It's fantastic. I'm super excited about it. So anyway, I want to show you a couple things. So I will send you the link to buy the product. I know, cringe. So I should just probably go ahead and talk about that right now. It's going to cost you $130. I know, don't throw things at me. I know, it's so expensive. I know. I hate it. I hate it, but it's fabulous. It's pretty good. So here's why I like it. You are going to have more content than what was previously offered. You're going to have videos to show you how to do stuff so you don't have to struggle. The content is easier to navigate once you get used to the interface. And again, I've gone from 0 to whatever I'm at now in 24 hours, and it's by far very easy to navigate. I'm super pleased on the backside. It's great. It's great. So anyway, I really like it because it also lets me cover things like Google Apps. It has a part on web design. I can throw that in at the end of the course, which I know you're like, great, you're just giving me more crap. But this is all stuff that you might teach. And so it's really fantastic that we can not only cover what's required for the class, but I can give you also a little bit on other programs. And I'm not going to kill you and give you a bunch of assessments on the other stuff. But I know, having been in the classroom, you need to be well versed in several programs. So that's one thing I really like about this. I also like it's all in one place. You have your textbook, you have your assessments, you have practice, which are really cool because I like them because they're showing you different ways to teach for a kinesthetic learner and a visual learner. It also allows parts of the book to be read, I believe, which is awesome for your audio learners. And I'm not just talking about you guys, but I'm talking about you have to think about, as you're learning, you have to also think about how am I going to teach this? So you're kind of always on two planes. When you're a student from this point forward, you should always be evaluating the way a person teaches you, whoever professor you have, or any K-12 teacher you have the opportunity to watch. What do they do that works? What do they do that doesn't work? How can you adapt for multiple learning styles? I mean, those are just always things that are in your head. So I love this product because I think it shows you several different ways to teach technology and to lots of different kind of learners. And so then your next question is, I'm not a tech teacher. I realize that, but no matter what you teach, you're going to have to cover technology. There's always gaps in students' learning, and you're going to have to bring them all up, calibrate them all to the point where you can actually teach what your content is, because 9 times out of 10, they're going to be on a device in some way or another. All right, all of that done. I only used 4 minutes for that intro. Good. Going on, you're going to log in here and go down to this. I'm going to also provide everything in written form, so links, main points of what I'm saying today, basically those things. And I think once you get in and start moving around, it's pretty intuitive. So I'm very pleased about that. Okay, so this is your interface. All of your buttons over here take you to different things. I've gone through all of them. You don't need to, although you certainly can. This is your textbook. That's really the only button over on that side that you need. This is like if you want to take notes in OneNote and some different things. So that's what I'm saying. This is your textbook. So in addition to your textbook, though, you also have instruction in each one of these areas. So the first 2 weeks from now through the 17th at midnight, we're going to cover these 3 chapters, which is a lot because there's modules within each chapter. However, I give you one test, one practice, and one test within module, let's see, I can look on the calendar, within module 3. Yeah, Chapter 3, Module 3, you have 1 training and 1 assessment. So what that means is I want you to spend your time going through these and familiarizing yourself with anything you don't know already. So keep in mind, when I called this content, I took out anything that wouldn't apply to both you as my student now and as well as a high school student. So it was a pretty high bar as far as like what I was willing to call. It had to really be basic stuff, that things I know a student will come into high school with, skills I know they'll have, skills I believe you have. That content has been taken out. Also, if it got too techy, I took it out because 90% of the time you don't need to go in and talk about, one of them was on like data processing stuff. Anyway, but I did keep stuff like speeds, disk speeds, because it's just overall good general information you should know. And so I put that in. That's actually in like a practice drill where they give you a well, we can take a look at it if I can find it in a reasonable amount of time, but it's a click and drag kind of thing where they give you the definition plus they give you a visual picture, which I love. So it totally speaks to teaching kinesthetic and visual learners, especially people who memorize quickly, which if you have a lot of ADHD, that's how they that's one of their things they do really fast. They visually memorize things much quicker than normal. And it's a coping mechanism for how they learn, how their brain learns. All right, so without further ado, you won't have these. That's for blocking it or editing it. I don't know how to show you the view how you're going to see it, so I apologize for that, but I think this will at least help you get going. So introduction is a lot of basic stuff. You'll just click in and I would watch these two on MindTap. Don't worry about grabbing any data files yet because I don't know which data files you're going to need. I will make sure that's clearly outlined in the modules each week. So so this one I think has 3 levels, whereas the others are not as deep. So here you'll go through and look at these. Okay, these are just handouts I have with that. And that's as far as you go. If you click on this one more time, it's just going to bring the document up. Okay. Come on. All right. So that is the first one. The second one, let me close this. Second one is more modules, but I've cut a lot out, a lot of modules. This is really just making sure you've got coverage in all of these topics, and I would keep a notepad and jot down notes of things you think you need to cover in class. I think you could even go so far as to doing screenshots, or if there's a way to copy paste these first outlines here. If you go through all of these things here, this would be a great map to start mapping your curriculum. So it's just a good way to start organizing things. All right, that being said, I'll let you think about that for a minute. Anything in here you don't know, you can click on it and get more information. And so on these first few, I'm just looking to provide you with more information if you need it. All right, and why did I leave this? Oh, I wanted this. This is a video, and they're always 2 to 5 minutes, so it's a great short video you can look at. And then here, these tables, I put these in here primarily so you can see them as possible ways to teach later. The content isn't anything hard. It's probably stuff you already know. So it's really me showing you a way to teach technology using what's available. I don't know if schools will buy a MindTap. I mean, maybe that's just way too expensive. No way possible. But you may end up creating something similar, which sounds a little scary, but you can totally do it. Like, you'd be surprised what you're going to do. All right, so you can go through all of these areas. And so module 11, so I have the intro, the video here, and then I gave you just a couple of, Oh yeah, and these were some terms I thought were really good. That's why there's so many of them. Normally you might not even see drag and drop. In fact, most of the time you won't even see drag and drop. You'll just see this and this animation. And that's all I have for the module. Because again, I'm just looking for you to fill in any gaps that you don't know. So let's look at this one. Digital storage, what do I have? Oh, I have two. So I'm thinking each one of these should take you maybe 5 minutes because it's review. All right. A lot of them have nothing though. Okay, so that is chapter 2. Am I doing on time? 10 minutes. Okay. And 3 is also review. I think I put some stuff here in file and folder. This is really important. Oh yeah, this is the one that has the, I'm so consistent. File and folder management is really important. It's something I always taught literally every computer class I've ever instructed, and I actually would teach it in my Foundations of Ed class because I would have people going into teaching and they need to know right from the get-go how to get organized because you're already grabbing stuff that you're going to use later on. You have to have a system. So I think this is an example of one that's just, yeah, it's just the overview. All right, so that is what's there. If you click on your calendar view, it doesn't show it until it's due. Everything is due on Monday at 1 a.m. because it's set Mountain Time. So don't think it's Monday at 1 a.m. Think of everything Sunday at midnight Pacific time. Okay, so that's why the date is going to look a little different here. Gosh, I hope that's not going to be a problem. Well, let's just try it, and if it's bad, we'll change it. But this should show you what's due. And these are just reviewing. I don't know why this is showing up because I took that out, so you're not doing that. So I will have to check and see. That's weird. It's just those few. Oh, no, here's some more. Okay, well, there's an area to work on. The best place to follow then is going to be your course calendar here because I will have what assignments you have to do here in a sub bullet, and then I will make a column in your gradebook on Blackboard with that deadline of midnight on the 17th, and Blackboard is set to Pacific time as well. Okay, I think that's it for now. Give it a try, and I will be following up, or not following up, I'll probably send the email with the links and the information and the link to this video in one shot. So that is forthcoming. I'll write that up. Okay. Oh, I didn't talk about the textbook, but I think you can see here, you just have the Windows 10 section, chapter, and it has 9 sections. And I don't think you need to read every single word. I would say scan it because it's good follow-up, but it's just more information if you need more than what you get in the Mind tab. And so, let's see, I'm really close on time, so let me just recap. Blackboard is where your grades are. Course calendar is your roadmap. Okay. I have my web page. Web pages, U Idaho, Carroll Billing, whatever it is. That's kind of your initial guide. So you have modules there, and so module 2 is going to be where we're at now, and that's just going to be your beginning starting point. And again, I'm going to write this in the email. Mind Tap is where you learn and practice. The SAM is your tests or your assessments within Mind Tap. So SAM lives in Mind Tap. Your ebook also lives in Mind Tap. So Mind Tap is really like the Blackboard from the company, the publisher. Hope that makes sense. Okay, I think I'm out of time, or at least I'm very close to being out of time. Email me or Vox me with questions. If you haven't connected with me on Voxer yet, please do, because I'm going to start doing any sort of mass, like broadcasts that are quick things out through that. I like Voxer because you can respond back quicker. I mean, you can just respond to an email as well, but Voxer's just really great for quick questions. Okay, I'm really done this time. More videos to come. Yay! I'm very excited. We're going to practice in Mind Tap, and then we're going to create outside of Mind Tap. Okay, see you later. Bye.